Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Meg Smith.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Today, I'm here with Reba Deck of Workout with Reba. Hi, Reba. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to be here today.
Yes, I'm excited to have you. I've been having so much fun going to your classes, so we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, tell everybody a little bit of just about Workout with Reba.
Yeah. Workout with Reba is a group fitness studio located inside Sattva Health and Wellness. We offer group fitness classes along with partnerships with local businesses on fitness programs and one-on-one motivational coaching.
Excellent. Yes. And so far I've tapped into the group classes and I absolutely love them. You make me work hard, which is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
But it's all safe and low impact. I feel, comfortable doing it as well. So I appreciate that you're, guiding us through it. You're keeping us, in the right form and, injury preventing and all of that. And so I thank you for all of your effort there.
Yeah, it's great having you in class.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So I look forward to, all the getting back in shape.
Are we all?
Yeah. Well, how did you get into fitness coaching in the first place?
Yeah, so I have kind of a long history with movement, and I started at the age of 5 in ballet and progressed. My mom put me in there, so I didn't turn into a boy with my brothers. And I really fell in love with it and progressed in the Milwaukee Ballet School. And I got to a point where I really wanted to try something different. I wanted to move out west. So I quickly moved out to Colorado and I traded in my dance shoes for kind of a outdoor adventure lifestyle. So fell in love with all the mountaineering that's offered here in Colorado. And was just really interested into both the physical and the mindfulness movement of Colorado that the group here absorbs. So I registered for a yoga training way back in the day, and I completed that. And after my yoga training, I was teaching classes throughout Denver. And I quickly realized, as much as I love taking yoga, I'm much more suited for group fitness. It's more my style of teaching. And so even though I love that aspect of physical movement and mindfulness, then started teaching some group fitness classes that were totally created on my own and called Bootylicious Dance Workout. So I took a lot of my dance background and I combined it with the functional fitness movement and to keep people safe and growing, but also have a fun flair to it so people stay engaged and try something different. So I started with that. And then when we moved to Applewood, that was during the days of having babies and all of that. And so I kind of took a break. And then someone reached out to me from Rise Dance Studio and they said, "Hey, I heard you teach these classes. Would you be interested?" So I started to teach classes at Rise, and it was 1 day a week, and it fit really well together because it was a dance-based studio, and I could add my functional exercise experience to the dance. And then I said, well, once these ladies stop coming, I'll probably just end this. And they never stopped coming. So really at that time, then it just kind of expanded from there. I was teaching at different studios throughout Denver and learning different techniques. And I really wanted to bring it to Applewood.
That's awesome. Yes, because our neighborhood is great and there's so many wonderful ladies here. And I love the creativity of your classes, and they're fast paced and you're very like high vibe and motivational, which is what I respond to.
Yeah.
So, I want someone who's going to make me laugh a little bit and like have fun at the class. I don't want it to be like super serious.
No. I'm honest to a fault in my classes.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good vibe, and I appreciate that. So that's fun. I didn't know the Rise Dance history there. So they're one of my clients, and my daughter goes there, little Brenya.
Yeah. That's where it all started, and I got back into it, and then it just blossomed from there.
That's awesome. And I love that you found space at Sattva, because that's a wonderful, community oriented space, and they have so many good services there. So
yeah, it really is. It's a great spot. So it just, the puzzle pieces came together, and at the time I was like, okay, this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah. The universe guided you and provided, it seems like. I love that. So why do you think folks really like to work with you? I mean, we've kind of covered it, but there might be some additional things. People have options with fitness. So you've got some really loyal clients that stick with you a long time. So share a little bit about that.
Yeah. I think for me, I've worked at, a lot of studios throughout 15 years of coaching, and I really like to focus on form, but also really have a fun and uplifting environment. So I think that my students enjoy the fact that they were big enough where you feel like you're getting a good vibe from the community. You're not the only one in the class, but I'm not so big that you're in the back of the class thinking, gosh, I'm not sure I'm doing any of this right. So I think that personal touch aspect is great, that my students really appreciate the fact that I'm pretty good at focusing on form, and that I always come up authentically myself. I'm not a very scripted person. I come in, whatever is happening in my life, I apply it to my classes. And I think that a lot of my clients can relate on that level, since we're all in this crazy time together, and it's local. So, people have met each other through my class in the neighborhood. And I think that adds a fun community vibe. And my classes are fast, and they're fun, and they're hard, and every single class is different. So people appreciate that. Same general format, but every exercise, I love to come up with new exercises to keep people engaged and have fun.
Excellent. Yeah. And it is fun. And I love that you pointed out the size of the classes, because I did feel that when I was there, like you could focus on each of us, but still lead us through the group activity and exercises. So it wasn't too big, it wasn't too small, and it's accessible. So yeah, I appreciate that you're thinking about that class size too, because I have been in those classes where it was like, you're in the back and you're just not able to feel comfortable, that you're supported. So.
Yes, I've taught classes with, up to 50 people in a room, and it's fun. It's a great energy, but from a day-to-day perspective, and when you're on a fitness track, it is hard to progress, because you do need to really focus on your form first before you can blossom into the level up from there. So,
yeah, excellent point. So tell us a little bit about any hardships or challenges. I mean, you've been building this business as a mom, and then of course in the middle of a pandemic. So I know those are challenges that you could touch on, but tell us a little bit about something that's happened that helped you really, improve your business and offerings.
Yeah. I mean, consistency is super important. I am a mom of 3 kiddos, and it's just me. It's just me every day figuring out how to run a business. So that just adds another level of, confusion. But But yeah, I think just it's always getting the word out, because as someone who doesn't have a very high visibility brick and mortar, or a big brand, fancy brand or corporate brand, it is always a little bit more challenging. And I think they're nervous. They might think in their head, gosh, I should try that out. But until a friend usually is like, hey, you should come, then people are more willing to try it out. So I always think that's a challenge. I've always been a person that I'm like, oh, if the first class is complimentary, I'm just going to try it. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
It's possibly a little bit of time, but I'm always in there. So I think just getting people over that hurdle of just saying, hey, come try it out. You don't like it, don't come back. So
yeah, like it's okay, we're welcoming space, that kind of thing. I do like the buddy system though that you just touched on, like, getting a friend to come is a good. We're working on one of my friends, so we'll see her there soon.
it's normal. You're kind of like, oh, what is that? I don't know. People can be very hesitant, and I totally understand. But yes, once your friend's like, oh, you should try it, come with me. And then they're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then, one thing you touched on with me early on was the progress that you've helped people make. Yeah. And I think that's important to mention. So you had a client, because my goals with osteoporosis to build muscle, and I'm so just like lean, I don't have it, And so anyway, one of the clients that you have went, I think you said, from a 2-pound weight to a 25-pound weight.
Yes.
And that's what really got me to think about this, because I was like, that's kind of what I need to do.
Yeah. So one of the more frequent comments I get from people who have never taken my class is that, well, I'm really out of shape. I think I'm going to start working out before I come to your class. And that's one of the biggest traps I hear from people, because the truth be told is that no one does that. Nobody has time. And if you're not in the industry and you don't have the motivation to do that. So I tell people to just come to the class, and I will guide you how to progress throughout. So it's sort of like a marathon. We wouldn't sign up for a marathon and say, okay, well, I'm not training, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start the day of the marathon. You take little building blocks that you progress. And I tell all my new clients, you have to understand, people have been doing this for a really long time. Everybody started where you were. Mm-hmm. So start small, move your body, stay to a place that can keep you accountable, and then slowly progress and add more weights, slowly progress. So yes, I've had the ladies that have been with me, I had a couple women that said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And men, I'm just going to show up. And they started with 2-pound weights, and a year later we're at 25-pound weights for them. So the key to their success was consistency, was showing up time after time and working on form and progressing. So it's been a really rewarding experience.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Just helping people, because it is all about that consistency. And that's the reason I'm in this situation, because I just stopped, working out, got busy.
Yes, it's hard. We're so quick to not put ourselves first physically when I think, what is more important? But I understand too. I'm a busy mom of 3 kids, so I get it.
Yeah. And you've made wellness your work as well. And so that's a very good way to keep on top of it, to provide it as a service.
I tell everyone, you know what? I have an advantage. No matter what, I have to be up there doing this. So I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but it's really fun. And I really appreciate that aspect. And I love the progress, that progression was important for me to hear, to take a step forward. So I'm glad we touched on that. Yeah. So tell us about anything like seasonal, like what's happening this summer.
It is busy right now. In general, May is a crazy time. I think anytime there's a transition from seasons and transition with families, it's busy. So we're making that transition from our kids are in school hours to summer hours. So we, in general, as the sun comes up earlier and we're waking up earlier, we are adding more early classes because that kind of goes with the flow. Also, people like to get in while it's still kind of cool out. And so that's a big transition. We're going to move into some summer hours that are earlier. And we have a big red and white party coming up on June 6th. I'm super excited for this. Not only is this an opportunity for people to come and sort of check out the space before they want to commit to anything. It's going to be right at the studio inside Sattva. But it's also we have amazing giveaways for the community. And it's supporting all women, local women in business. So I receive a lot of donations from women in the neighborhood in business that have donated their business to the raffles. And it's going to be great. So everybody, just to add a fun touch to it, everybody's wearing red or white. Those are the Workout with Reba brand colors. So a white dress, a red dress, a white shirt, however you want to dice it. And that's coming up on June 6th. So that's been a really fun event to plan and get people involved, although time consuming. It has been great. So that is coming up soon. We will have food there. We're going to have beverages there. We have some shopping with a local store and lots of raffles. It's a great opportunity for other women in business to network. And we're just really excited to get everyone in and just to have a good time.
I love it. And I'm so bummed I'll be on vacation, but next time I'll be there. I know.
It's good. Summer so crazy.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yes. Yes.
So awesome. Well, yeah. I love the community aspect of that, connecting the other business owners with your family, and so your fitness family.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So how else do you get involved in the community? Obviously, events like that are a wonderful, way to elevate the neighborhood, but what else are you up to?
Well, one of my biggest push that I haven't had as much time to work on as I would like is my business partnership program, where I work with local businesses in Applewood, and I offer their employees a complimentary 1 month free of unlimited classes. When I am not in fitness, I work in HR. And so I'm very close to wellness programs and employee happiness. And we all know that happy employees perform more, and healthy employees in that wellness sense perform better. So I love the idea of supporting local businesses and getting their employees to class. And so that is one thing I am launching this year as well.
Excellent. I love that. Yeah, because you're right. A healthy mindset and body
yes.
does have a much better work productivity level.
Yeah. And why not? If everyone's healthy, we're all feeling better.
Absolutely. So tell us what you're doing for fun. Obviously, as a mom, there's probably a lot of family activities, but when you're not working, what are you guys up to for fun?
I'm like most families, it's nonstop. Whether I am driving someone to sports or we're at a game, my husband and I are very social too. So we love listening to music. So going to a Red Rock show or mountaineering. My husband's a big mountaineer and is always convincing me to go on some trip that I am not very knowledgeable on. And then I get there and think, oh yeah, I didn't research this very much. So yeah, or we love to have drinking our IPAs in the summer on a patio. We've got a puppy that's keeping us very busy. So all of the stuff.
I love the puppy. Tell me her name again. I met her.
Mira. She's adorable.
Oh, she's so sweet and so calm. Just the cutest.
She is a doll.
That's so fun. So how should folks get in touch with you? Let's share the Sattva address.
Yes.
The website, the social handles, all of that.
Yeah, we are right on 26th and Youngfield. So we're inside Sattva. That's 2550 Youngfield Street, and that's in Lakewood. And the best way is just to hit up my website, which is workoutwithreba.com, or follow me on Instagram. I post everything on Instagram. I'm much better on Instagram than I am on Facebook. So my handle is at workout_with_Reba.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Well, connect with Reba. Yay. Come visit her classes. Woo. And yeah, I hope that, some folks get interested. You'll see me there working out a few times a week.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's great to have more of a boutique option in Applewood that you can connect with the community in.
Definitely. Yeah. Cause it's all neighborhood people mostly.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. It's fun. Super fun. And people come and they're like, wow, wasn't expecting that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's hard, but that's how
hard, but fun.
Hard but fun. And that's how we grow.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today on the podcast. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.